Hello and welcome. Good morning. You're here with Brothers Forge Gaming. This is Devious Dungeon 2. This is available as a download from the PlayStation Store. And yes, this is number 2, so that means there's a number 1. And yes, we have a Platinum Trophy guide on that as well, in which this is. Now, this game doesn't necessarily really need a Platinum Trophy guide. All the trophies are really straightforward. There are no like hidden or glitched trophies. About the only thing that you may have trouble with in this is if you aren't looking for, there's these hidden areas that have gems and books and things. If you're not looking for those, you could have trouble, but they're really easy to find. There's plenty of them, and you should have those trophies handled before you're even halfway through the game. And then there's these elite enemies that, they're not bosses, but you could consider them mini bosses, I guess. If you're not taking the time to kill them, you might not be able to get the platinum either, but they're not super hard. You can figure it out real simple. So if you guys are looking for not only a fun game to play, but you also want your next platinum trophy, then go out there, grab this game up right now. I believe it's on sale right now for like $3.99. Normally it's only like $6 or $7.99. Something simple. Same with the first one. Both very good games. I actually liked the first one better as far as the gameplay mechanics go and stuff. I think they maybe tried to add too much to this one, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But this one did give you some different flavor, some different variety. You've got more than one character to choose from. So we're going to take a look at that. There are some settings you can adjust the sound and the sound effects and the BGM. And again, this is a Ratalakia game. Wobblyware, as the programmers it would look like. Now you can roll the 3 different characters. Okay, so let's go with the new game. So there's my level 28 mage. I don't know if I'd recommend going with the mage. I think the barbarian may have been the way to go. Is just spam face roll, maybe make your life easier. The mage, I feel like, you know how clothies are, man. They're tough. So I don't know if the mage was the hard mode or I was just having difficulty just with some of the different mechanics of the game. So let's go ahead and pick the rogue. Oh, double jump, that's helpful. The mage can float, so let's take a look at that. Levitation homes. What's this guy do? Now, see, the damage reduction by 20% would be nice, but not. I mean, the double jump might be more beneficial to you. And ranged weapons. Okay, so maybe this guy gets a bow. So this is kind of a mixture of the two. Let's check out the rogue. What I don't like is how they put the X right here. I don't know if that means like if you accidentally click that. Okay, well at least it warns you, because it's like, that's so easy to, you can't even really tell where the cursor is. You're like, up, XX, you know, trying to get the game started. You kill your character that's right at the end of the game. I mean, that would be really, really bad. I don't know why they put that there. So, you know, as you can see, you get a little bit of story. Now, as I mentioned, I really think that this game was good, but maybe not necessary. I think the first one was good enough to not have made this one unless they wanted to make this one better. They added some mechanics with like traps everywhere and these like, you know, spiked pillars that come down and try to crush you, and just a lot of different things like that. And even in the level, even when you're not near that area, it's like shaking the game and making it break. So it's like, I can't tell you how many times it would like lag out and make me, you know, at the last, like right at the end, and then, you know, you fall into some stupid thing and you die because the game is like glitching out, and that kind of stuff can get super frustrating, especially to me. That like bad programming like that just really kills a game for me. But that's not to be said. Like, this game still has great value. If you really liked the first game, you should enjoy this one equally as much. It's just like I said, it might have a little bit more frustration for you. Now this is the main hub town. A little, you know, the first one did a better job of this, I feel like, but this one still has some stuff. So, you know, you've got your Olaf. I like warm hugs. So, you know, you got your basic stuff here. Just like I said, I covered all this in the first video. If you guys want to go back and watch that, the first Devious Dungeons Platinum Trophy Guide, feel free, please do. I outlined some more of that stuff. There are no, I think there's only one trophy for each category for like buying a weapon, so it's not like you gotta max out all the categories. and it's real simple that way. I also didn't like this structure as much either. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah. So, you know, that's the look. You can always go back to the town when you die, or you know, exit out of the game. You'll start back in the town. One thing that was a bummer too is if, say, you're just crushing through the game and you gotta go, and you exit out of the game, you get a bonus for like when you die for how far and whatnot you've gone on one life. But if you exit out of the game, it's basically like dying. So keep that in mind when you're starting and stopping your runs. If you're going on a tear, maybe try to push it that little bit of extra till you die or whatnot, so you don't lose your bonus. But yeah, as you can see there, I believe there's 3 stages per level. So you're looking at, what's that, 12 stages per thing, and then a boss fight. You do get a trophy for doing this tutorial and breaking the barrels and different things. So check those out. They are very self-explanatory. Like I said, there's nothing really missable from these. I think am I gonna die? I think it said something about a hidden area. There's one for getting 60 keys as well. But you're gonna get those through the progression of the game. It required no extra grinding on my part when I was playing through this game. It was, well, I should say the only extra grinding that was required was trying to get some extra gold and to get a weapon that I actually didn't even end up needing at the at the end game, because I went back to a different weapon. So that the only extra grinding required was that. And then see, this is what I wasn't a huge fan of, is that they put these spikes and stuff everywhere, so it really slows down the progression of the game. In terms of difficulty, I would say that this game is much more difficult than the first one. And then they put these damn frogs everywhere, and I mean, realistically, they're gonna just be in your way. And there's not like a great way to kill them, and they usually end up like, you won't even see them, they'll just be up here and you'll die trying to get by, and it's really irritating. So I don't remember any of that from the first game, so you know, it just really feels like they tried to make it difficult. They messed with the flow of the game. And then as you can see there, you get bonuses per, you know, doing missions and killing guys, like I was mentioning earlier. Let's just go ahead and show you the mage. So I kind of wish I would have went through with the rogue. Maybe the rogue is the hard mode, I don't know. I believe the barbarian will probably be the easiest way to go. But see, as the mage, you get this levitation ability, which is pretty helpful. As you can see, you got some different gear, and the gear does change as you go through. So let's take a look at the completed map here. So let's just go to one of the later levels. The last boss fight's actually pretty tough. There's basically like one mechanic you have to watch out for, and then you know, you're just basically dodging the rest of the time. It's a patience thing, which drives me nuts. So these enemies are pretty tough. See, then they start entering in these spinning blades, and there's the mysterious stranger from Fallout. That's how I looked at it. I'm trying to find... What the hell? Did I have like no life? Or did that guy one-shot me? That was crazy. Maybe we won't go there. Okay. I'm not sure what happened. That was pretty strange. So I'll try to go find... See, and then there's an example of the elite enemy. And when they start that guy out in the beginning like that, he can really just ruin your run. So, you know, and a lot of this is random, so I would say just you know, watch out. If the beginning of your run is gross like that, just kill. Just you know, just end the run, start it over. You're probably, you know, the whole rest of the run is probably going to be awful. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about right here. Oh, jeez. You know, they just throw these, and then there's the other thing too. So everything is on this stupid angle, and you can't, unless you're above, like if you're trying to kill an enemy like this, you can't do it, at least with the mage. So it's just like stuff like that, super irritating. And then they put these spikes everywhere, so if you're not paying attention. And then there's an example of, like, say, a hidden wall, and you need to get those books. I think you need to get 6 of those books. Something simple. I was trying to, like I said, I was trying to find, there's one for opening your map. I was trying to find one of those spots I was telling you about, and then these things, the hit detection on those is just awful. It's real bad. Let's see if I can't find from what I was expecting. And then there's certain enemies as well, like that. There's these dudes that shoot cannons, and it really lags out the game when they're, because they shoot 2 fire, cannon bursts, and it just basically like lags the game out completely. And of course, because I'm looking for those damn things, they're not showing them. Those frogs will mess you up. Okay. Well, I can't find them, but you'll run into them. They are plentiful. They are out there. So it's like I said, it's just those little bit of examples that kind of made this game not as good as the other game, and because of that, it created this lag that really just made it not as fluent as the first one. Like I think I beat the first game in seriously 3 hours, maybe a little less. And this one, it was just like a struggle, man. Like you saw there with that level, that enemy that starts out just heat-seeking, chasing you through it, just a total mess of enemies. Not to mention just those ridiculous traps and things they put through the thing, through the level, and that, I don't know, that doesn't really necessarily make the game harder rotating. So I wish they wouldn't have done that. I kind of feel like this was an unnecessary sequel. But that being said, if you liked the first game, if you really liked the first game and you want your next platinum trophy, definitely get this game. Drudge through it. You might have a little bit of a good time with it. I think maybe that had something to do with it. I was just really trying to get the platinum on this, so it was more like a chore than a good time. If you haven't played either of the games, or looking to get the game, go with the first one and see where you go from there. Like I said, it's on sale in the store right now. Why don't you go out there, grab it up, play yourself Devious Dungeon 2 on the PlayStation 4. You've been hanging out with Brothers Forge Gaming. I'm going to try to do a couple more streams. So if you guys want to jump over and check it out, I'm going to be doing Deep Ones next. And that is actually a really cool game. Very unique in a lot of ways. And so yeah, if you want, come on over, check us out. Check out all of our Platinum Trophy guides. Got about 20 or so on the site if you want to check out our playlist. Find yourself some fun games to play, and hey, also bolster up your platinum trophies. Why not? So you can brag to your friends. All right, we'll see you in a little bit.